special. We've left the radio station to come and talk to Africa #1's actor, Richard Mofe Damijo. Some of us watched him when we were in primary school. I remember never missing Checkmate.
Yes, sir.
Watched him in secondary school, watched him in the university, and today we are still watching him. He has just produced a movie called Revelation. Yeah. Revelation is out in the cinemas
August 15.
And today he shall be talking to us about Revelation.
Go see the movie. Go and see the movie.
Okay, so Revelations. Tell us about Revelations. What was it like? What's it about? What inspired it?
Well, it's a passion project for me. Nigeria meets the West, telling the immigrant story from a different point of view, owning the narrative and not letting anybody tell us that we are criminals. They criminalized the immigrants a lot, and I didn't think that was right. The status of the Nigerian immigrants has changed to professionals, and data has shown that we are probably the most educated set of immigrants in the U.S. So don't start criminalizing us and saying we are fraudsters or. So that is part of the reason why I did this film. And also, we wanted to do medical drama, the way that fans of medical drama will enjoy. And so every time I do a film, I try to push the narrative a little bit. I try to do something different. So for me, this time around, I said at the premiere that, people who enjoy medical drama, like Grey's Anatomy and all that, they will watch this film and they're like, yeah. And that's exactly what happened at the premiere. And there was something we did with music, and film. So there are touches of innovation that you won't find in a regular Nollywood film.
What was it like filming with your son Tega? Why did you cast him? What was the choice of casting Tega?
If you are looking for somebody that looks like me, who would you cast? Yeah, of course. I mean, it so happens also that this is what he wants to do, and I have a film that he fits into perfectly, and I can't wait till Friday for everybody else to see. I don't want to believe what they told me at the premiere. They are invited guests, so they might just have been nice, but they were totally impressed. Nigeria is a peculiar country. All right, we are a peculiar people, and it is what it is. When I did Radio Voice, I went into different publics, right? I did skits with Falagade Banks, with Kamo, with Kiki, and all of that. I did it out of fun, because it was also fun, because it's also something different. I don't grudge the peculiarity of our audience. That is why we are also very peculiar and unique. There is no African country that you will find millionaire artists, either comedians or musicians or actors, than Nigeria. I mean, I stand to be corrected. If they are not plying their trade abroad and they are just doing everything here. Look, do you know how many millionaires we've created in the entertainment industry? Either as TV station owners or as broadcast radio station owners or as actors, as comedians. I mean, look at Basket Mouth, look at Alibaba, look at AY, look at Bovey, look at the musicians, look at the amount of cars our boys are buying in this economy, right? I mean, look at how many skit makers we have. Look at the kind of money that skit makers are making from YouTube, right? So it's a peculiar country, and so if they ask you sometimes to do one or two things, it's in the same fun. But it is not true that you have to, if you don't dance, you don't make. People want to laugh. Of course they will laugh in my movie. Of course they will smile. They will fall in love. Over and above everything else, they will fall in love with the movies again. The reason why we all went to the movies in the first place is for hope, right? Nigerians, you can't put us down. We are resilient, we are tough. We don't believe that when the day breaks, something better will not come. That's why we are in it. That's why we are all here. That's why we all hustle. Because we believe that if we go to bed and we wake up, something good will happen,
You mentioned a YouTube channel. Are we going to be seeing you in YouTube?
Absolutely. I've already started making films for YouTube. I'm going to even start showing myself in some of them very soon when we relaunch, when I start to drive it. So my YouTube channel is not going to be just for films. It's going to be total lifestyle and films. Yeah, but I will definitely do a lot of YouTube films, yes.
So what's it like? You're becoming a fully actualized film producer, a filmmaker, beyond just acting now. What's it like? What kind of stories do you want to tell more? What kind of stories are you looking forward to telling from behind the cameras this time?
Did you see Radio Voice?
Yeah.
Did you see Radio Voice?
Yes.
So you go see Revelations, and then you will see the kind of films I'm doing. Radio Voice should tell you. I like issues, based films, and for Radio Voice you saw what I tackled: cyberbullying and second chances, redemption. This one you will see what it is I'm tackling. So I believe that have to tell whatever stories that he feels that are personal to him or that are important to him to tell. And that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing. Even with my YouTube films, I'm going to be tackling issues. We'll use the vehicle of laughter and all of that, and hope and everything. I sell much more than laughter.
You sell much more than laughter. Okay, tell us, what was it like working with your son on the film project?
It was weird, but it was also a proud father moment. Usually when they are in scenes where I was not involved, the director will say, come and watch. I'm like, no. I couldn't sit down and watch him. Apart from scenes that we did together, and they were very emotional scenes. That's why people who saw the premiere were like, they were really happy with what he did with his performance. And this is his first time ever in front of the camera. No. He played himself in one episode of Mr. X, my series. But that one, he came in as my son, as Tega. And even that time, he hadn't said he wanted to act.
So, were you surprised when he came to you?
Yeah, completely surprised. Wow. Completely surprised. Because he never said anything to me until he graduated college. I would have sent him to film school. In fact, I was complaining to my co-star from America, who is also around, who we produced this film together, that I don't know what I did. None of my children want to be an actor. And he was like, no, I want to be an actor. I'm like, yeah, right. And then he told me he was serious about it. In fact, he has moved to LA from Maryland. He now lives in LA. No. This one is not Dimeji. This one is Martin Samuel.
Oh, okay.
His name is Martin Samuel. And he's in his 30s as well.
Why that?
I mean, Tade has my respect, you know that. I mean, there are projects that we are still working on till today. But for me, I think that there is a new age. I like the vision of young filmmakers. They are not like us. They don't have our hang-ups and our fears. They are more experimental. And look at my PA, look at how old she is. I work with people that are under 40, mostly, because I like to be told things are being done differently now, Papa, So I had kids early as well, so I have found a way to relate to younger people much more. I relate to them like equals, first and foremost, you can't stop learning. I haven't stopped learning. I learn every day, and I can't tell you enough how much I've learned from young people. Look at the age of a cameraman. Would you have done this how many years ago? How old are you? 18. Would you have taken an 18-year-old boy to do your camera work some 5 years ago? No. In today's industrial age, it takes 5 years for everything to change. In the next 5 years, this guy's age will drop to 15. The 15-year-old will be doing a camera. He'll probably be using just a phone. I work with Kamo, and I worked with Falagade Banks. We shot here, and in 10 minutes, he was rushing, so in 10 minutes he was done. And look at what came out of it. Just holding phones. Have you seen Brother Shaggy work? I've worked with Brother Shaggy. He can be shooting three different shows at the same time. When I did when I did my skit with him for Radio Voice, he was doing a different thing on the streets in front of the radio station. He would tell me wait, he will run, he will do my own, he will run back to them. When I finish, he run back to them. That energy, it's different. They bring something new to what we know. And I'll keep working with young people. Talent, in today's industrial age, talent is not enough. Talent is not enough. You need people who can leverage on your talent.
Okay.
You know?
I want to put you in the corner now.
You can never put me in a corner. Oh, too many of them. There are too many talented people. And that is why, do you know how many people were at Radio Voice? Everybody came with their A game. From Timini to DME to the little girl that just 12 years old. That girl, Yasmin, whoa, God have mercy. I mean, these are people that they will blow up, you know. Look at what Kemi Adetiba has done with To Kill a Monkey. Look at Buchi Franklin, man, God. These are young actors that, you know, are going to do 50 times more than what we have done. You know, and that's why I latch on to that energy. That's why I work with people like that, because I want to connect with the energy that they have and leverage on that as well. I can't take credit for that. It's grace, I think. If I sit here and tell you that, oh, there's one strategy that I use to come back, I don't know. I love the work that I do. That I know. That's the one that I can control. The others, how best people receive it, how the audience react to it, all of that is just God's grace. I can't sit here and appropriate that to myself. I just know that if I have a job to do, I will do the job like my life depends on it. So that if anybody asks me how do you do it, that's what I will say to the person. That look, I don't play with this job because this job is all I know how to do. You know, this is a job that I love to do. And when I do it, it doesn't feel like work to me. It feels like just second nature to me. And because I love it, and because I think that it is the work of my hand, and God has promised to bless the work of all our hands, you know, God blesses the work of my hand and what I do with it. You don't necessarily need a degree to enter an industry, right? Training can be formal or informal. There are people learning on the job. What training does this 18-year-old man have? He doesn't have to be certificated in a school to do it. There are boys that have sat down and studied the manual of an iPhone and are doing things that are greater than what some people that are certificated can do with an Ari or with a Canon. I did a premiere of Radio Voice in London, and one of the guys that came, you know, that covered the thing, did this video of me coming down of the car, and it was like a movie. Now, what you don't call that a content maker? It's a filmmaker, because film has been democratized. You don't have to have a complicated camera like this anymore. They have reduced everything to your phone. In the new iPhone 16, there is the cinematic thing that has things that can make you feel like you are doing. You can track a shot. You can like it's a gimbal, like it's a Steadicam. There's a Steadicam feature in there. You can run with it, and the picture will be stable. You know, so the democratization of equipment of cinema making has made it possible for the entrance level to be at the lowest. You know, it is how important you understand your gadget. Have you not seen what 2 or 3-year-old kids are doing with iPads? There's something in the brain that they just come into this world without any kind. Your child takes your phone, and it is locked, but somehow he can open it. It's crazy what these kids are doing. You know, so the entry level it's been democratized. It's been reduced. So now it's a question of how far you can think. See, these days, that's why I said talent is not enough. You must find a way to balance it in such a way that you can express yourself through all the avenues I would not have. The world is a stage. The stage has been reduced to your phone. You don't have to have a big stage anymore. You know, your stage is now the big phone. Your phone is now the big stage. Because people sit in their rooms, do monologues and put it out there and put it out there. One day a producer calls and like, I love your monologues, come, let's do a film together.
Being in government and you're also an actor, if today the president calls you to say, RMD, what can I do to help the industry? What will you say? So with your knowledge,
I think it would be wrong to say that there is no help from government. I think we need to establish that. What government needs to do really is, you know, it's not rocket science. It is just making life easy for every Nigerian. Then in that case, it will include us. What needs to be done is, when you say, you know how we use that cliche word, an enabling environment. What is an enabling environment for a radio station owner? That is on the one hand. What is an enabling environment for a petroleum marketer? What is an enabling environment for a filmmaker? It's the same thing. The special loans and the special grants and enabling laws and all of that will be a given. Let me ask you a question. If light becomes a matter of is accessible to everybody in this country 24 hours, is that a special thing for Nollywood? Will it affect Nollywood?
Of course it
will. It will, because the cinema owners will not be able to look me in the eye and say, oh, do you know how much I used to run, the diesel I used to run this building? If security becomes a thing we can take for granted, that we don't have to have 5 policemen and 3 policemen in cinemas to keep it safe, will it affect Nollywood or not? It will. If I can if we can go to the police station and tell them, we want to shoot, we need uniform, and they give us uniform, we want to do this, they give us place, and we pay. Do you know that if I'm in America today, I want to go and use 20 police cars, I can get 20 police cars that I will pay for it. They will ask me if I want policemen. You pay. Everything is, there is a system that works with the entire industry. So just run a damn good country, that's all. Do you understand? Improve on everything that affects the common man, because if security is taken for granted today and I'm showing a film at 10 p.m., the man who is staying in Tega will not be afraid. He will come and can still go home at 1 a.m. My film has improved. My gate takings will improve. It's not rocket science. Look, are you going to say that BOI didn't change Nollywood? Do you know how many people got loans? Are you going to say that all the trainings that they did and sent people abroad and all of that, people who had never been to America, they got all kinds of scholarship training and all that, went to school, went to directing school, are you saying it hasn't affected it? No, that would be to deny us. You know, I was recently, we had a thing with with Providence Bank and all of that. I didn't take the loan, but others took the loan. Look, I cannot say in all honesty that government hasn't done, you know, incursions and you know, into the film industry or in the entertainment industry. What needs to be done is on the long run for it to be sustained, for it not to be politicized. It doesn't have to be tied to the coming government in power. It should be institutionalized. So it doesn't matter what government that is in power. It is there. There's a fund. Mr. A, new governor doesn't come and remove it. It is there because it is part of the system. It just needs to be sustained on a longer level. We are telling the stories already. Really. It is just a question of scale. It is scale. Everything is a function of budget. If I had more money, Revelations would look different. Do you understand? It's a question of scaling, right? There's a woman who in Warri in those days was making coconut things, and she's just selling to small people. And then one day she was able to get some money, and then she scaled. Today she's exporting. Do you know how much food we export as a country that is not captured by the authorities? Do you know how much food is migrated from here to Ghana, repackaged in Ghana and sent as made in Ghana, including the Ijebu Gari? because that enabling environment, they will say, oh, custom will not let you rest. For you to export from Nigeria, you will sweat. These people just put these things in the road, truck them across the border to Ghana, park it in Ghana. The authorities, there is a clean way of settling themselves and doing business, and they send these things. So there's nothing that we are not doing here already. It is just a question of scale, you know. And of course, that's enabling environment and not trouble. Area boy shouldn't come and trouble me when I'm shooting my film, and we're done. August 15th, this Friday. Don't go too far. This Friday.